Hi, everyone. Pastor Scott here. It is time for our Tuesday devotion for January 9th. We are now at the books of 1st and 2nd Thessalonians. You should easily be able to read both of those this week. And what goes on in these books from Paul is Timothy is reporting of conditions in the Thessalonian church, led Paul then to write the first letter, First Thessalonians, after he arrived in Corinth at around 51 AD. And it seems like when you read it, Paul had at least three things in mind when he wrote the First Thessalonians, the letter to him. First of all, he wanted to encourage the Christians there in Thessalonica who were making good progress in their faith. He wanted to encourage them. Second, he desired to correct misinformation about himself and fellow workers for the Lord that some of his critics there were circulating. And third, he was writing to give additional instruction that would help contribute to their spiritual growth. And upon receiving news back from the church, Paul wrote the second letter, perhaps even within the first few months of the first one. Some of the news was good, and the majority of the people in the churches there were continuing to grow, remain faithful to Christ in spite of persecution that was going on. But unfortunately, some of it was bad, and false teaching concerning the day of the Lord had entered the church and was causing confusion and leading some of the Christians to quit their jobs in expectation of Christ's imminent return. And Paul writes Second Thessalonians to say great job to his children in the faith and for growth and faithfulness, but also correct the doctrinal error about the day of the Lord, and to warn those that are idle and just sitting around to, hey, get back to work. And far and away, the largest theological contribution and some of the things that you'll gather from reading these two letters lies in what they say about eschatology, the end times, what happens in that time frame. Over a quarter of First Thessalonians and nearly a half of Second Thessalonians deals with the problems and issues regarding the coming of Christ from heaven. And so it's a really neat book to read. I encourage you to read that this week. Hey, I hope you join us Thursday night at 6 for our prayer time, our all church prayer time. And then at 7 o'clock, we have our Bible study and our youth ministry. We're starting the book of First Timothy this week, and I'll be teaching on that. So I'd love to see you Thursday night. And then, of course, Sunday morning, we've got all of our regular programs up and running and time to worship together. So really encourage you to be here Sunday and bring some friends with you, and it'll be a great time. Okay, so I hope you have a blessed week, and we will see you soon.